G'day everyone and welcome back to NS2HD. I'm here today with a special cast. This is an off-the-cuff cast that is coming out of nowhere. A few minutes ago, some competitive players led by Zico said, "Hey Hugh, do you want to cast a competitive game with some of the best players in Natural Selection 2 in it?" And I said, "Of course I do, I desperately want to." And we're off. So we have some mixed team here as we watch the split, but it is mostly Archaea versus mostly awesome players, but the two teams are just awesome, so I'm going to call them Alien and Marine. Actually, I'll call them Alien and Archaea, even though there's an Archaea on the Alien side. And we do have first contact here in Glass Hallway, where Zico and Skagan are going up against Goatee and Yuki. Yuki in the vents being a sneaky bugger, and Zico may encounter him. Whoops, hitting the wrong button on Insight there. This is Insight. This is the mod Insight, which is completely awesome. And I believe I can announce this now. Insight is going to be incorporated officially into the game, and Hughes is going to be working on it officially for the game, so you will be seeing Insight on release. And how fantastic is that? It is fairly fantastic as Zico manages to hold Reactor. We do have the Hive in Atrium, so I would be very surprised to see an Extractor in Reactor Core. That would be a very aggressive maneuver. Two Skulks coming in and taking down Zico. They're going to be able to re-secure there. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we have the Marines pushing very aggressively all the way around into Computer Lab already, where they have turned the lights on and they have an Extractor going up at the hands of Foilix. We have a couple of Skulks pressuring Marine base, nothing too serious. I think the Marines will be just fine here. Goatee going to go down. Now these players are all European, or at least mostly European. We have a couple of Americans on the Alien side, Rantology and Meh, and they are playing on an American server. Because there are so many new players due to the Total Biscuit videos, we were not able to get a European server for these European players to play on. So we are playing on an American server, and that means these guys have got to contend with some pretty serious ping. The Skulks are all over these Marines as they try to attack this growing Hive. The Hive is dropped and is 65% built at the moment. A couple of Hydras placed around by Omega the Gorge for a bit of defense. A Marine push through Summit Reception. I think they're trying to cut off this Hive from reinforcements, but they are not successful. One goes down. There are Skulks down here led by Goatee, going to be able to push them back, but the Marines, wow, do they have a lot of Extractors or what? Let's take a look at that map right now. That is a lot of Extractors, and if I was using XSplit, which I should be doing, I would be doing John Madden mode, but because I am not using XSplit, I will not be John Maddening this cast. Instead, looking at the Marines building up a phase gate in Crossroads, and that is going to allow them to very effectively get across the map and try and cut off this Hive. And that's what they're doing again. They know that they have to do something about this Hive. We have 4 Marines pushing it, but look at this anticipation by Omega. He has placed a clog wall, and there is a risk that Skulks could come from behind, and they do in fact. Goatee comes from behind to attack these Marines while they are fighting that clog wall, or at least tearing down that clog wall. Elsewhere on the minimap, there is a Skulk in the Marine base right now doing some damage. The Marines need to be careful not to give up their base during this attack, but that is a lot of firepower coming to bear on this Hive right now. Now, if these Marines can stay alive for a little while, they could potentially do enough damage to kill it, though it is, what's its health right now? It is on 100% at the moment because it is being healed by a Gorge. The Gorge is down, Meh is down, a lot of Aliens are dropping on the kill counter on the top right. The Hive is now down to 63%. Will the Marines have enough ammunition to be able to take this Hive down? I do not know. Look at it suffering though. 39%. I think they'll be able to take this down. Skagan goes down there. He was on it with his axe. The Marines are losing firepower. They're losing ammunition and they're losing players. Carrillo goes down. 7%. I think it is down. Yes, it is. It has been destroyed. Outstanding attack by the Marines. Now let's go back and check on the base. The Marine commander, who is Scream, did not beacon because he wanted that attack to continue, and that attack was successful. And the Marines have managed to hold their base. So an outstanding play by the Marine team, and the Aliens have lost their Hive. The average resources for the Alien team right now, you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, is around 27 personal resources. We will not be seeing fades for quite some time. And as this phase gate gets destroyed in Crossroads, that means that the Aliens are in a fairly poor position. Because at this 4-minute 16-second mark, the Marine team has 50 spare resources. They have 5 Extractors. The Aliens have 3 Harvesters and only 22 spare resources. They have lost a Hive, and that means the Marines are in a very good position to fight from here. And they actually do manage to save that phase gate as well. So most of the map belongs to the Marine side. The Marines are owning the center of the map as well, because they will get a phase gate back up in their base. allowing them to teleport. And look at Skuggan just going straight through there. In fact, they're all going straight through for potentially another assault. Zico laying some mines here around the phase gate to prevent Skulks from getting easy chomps on it. Catching those Skulks unaware is great. And actually, look at his placement. He's even placed the mines in the shadows and on the dark grates. These players are so good. Any game you've got Fanna in has to be good. Fanna is an outstanding natural selection player who's been around for longer than the sun has been burning. Skuggan and Creo are going to dominate this Harvester, which is bad news again for the alien side. This is just outstanding Marine play. And what a kill from Foilix there. Fantastic kill on that Skulk. The base hive, let's see. What do we have around here? We don't have a lot of tech from the aliens. In fact, we have no tech. They have leap, and that is it. We have no crag, no shell. And that's pretty intense to see no crag and no shell at the 5-minute 40-second mark. The alien team down to 2 harvesters, and one of those 2 harvesters is currently under attack by Karoo and Skuggan, who just finished their handiwork up in flight control. And it looks like the Marines are going to own half of this map. That is intense. In fact, more than half of this map. They're going to own the vast majority of the map. Foilix goes down to meh. And, wow, this Marine team is just playing so well. Let's take a pause and have a look at the scoreboard and see if we can see any trends in here. It looks like both teams fairly even on the kill count. Yuki is suffering at the moment, but apart from that, it looks like all players relatively even, although, no, sorry, I misread that. I was about to say Goaty has 11 kills, and he'd like it if I said that, but it wouldn't be true. So we're definitely not seeing a Marine massive kill advantage or anything like that. This team is just playing really well in general, pulling all the right strategies. Killing that early hive was crucial. And notice how when they went for that early hive, they didn't just go for a frontal assault. They were clever. They got a phase gate. They went from behind. They hit it from both angles. They shut down the eggs, and they killed the gorge early on. So they didn't just empty their magazines into that hive. Lots of gas in this corridor. Foilix going to be A-okay. Just keeping these Skulks at bay here, although there is a lurk coming at him. We haven't seen a lurk until now. Agent Fresco will be the lurk, and that lurk has a lot to do. Lurks can carry teams in the early game. We are well into the mid-game, though, now. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and that's all I can say there. Rantology makes a meal out of Foilix and then goes for the phase gate, which is or was nano-shielded. Rantology avoiding the mines very effectively. There is combat in the main hive at the same time. Only 1 Marine. There might have been a few more. I didn't realize earlier, though, so I didn't get to see how many there were. Hive going down to 80%, so... sorry. No, Hive barely going down at all. The Crag Hive has been researched. And wow, that was an aggressive placement. That is really surprising, and Fanna is going to town on this hive. To drop a hive in sub-axis is extremely aggressive, given that the aliens only really own Atrium right now. I think the aliens were just hoping that the Marines would not notice this hive, and they didn't notice it for long enough that it would actually grow up, but it is definitely going to go down now. It may distract the Marines down the south end of the map long enough that the aliens can recover some harvesters, and I think that's definitely what they'll want to do. They don't have either of their close harvesters, and sub-axis is going down, but looks like a Hydra wall just outside Marine spawn. This will slow down the Marines slightly, but Meh calls GG, and they call GG because they only have 1 hive, 1 harvester, no upgrades. The Marines have an advanced armory, shotguns, and they've locked them down to 1 harvester, so definitely understand that GG, not surprising at all. A prototype lab was going up as well, so definitely a very fair Marine victory there. Outstanding play from the Marine side, and I can't wait to see the second game in this matchup of these elite natural selection players. So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the very near future for the second game for some more Natural Selection 2 action.